Could you imagine for just a second that 5 random Insta-lock Jetts went and won one of NA Valorant's biggest tournaments? Well, that's what happened this past week. North America's last chance qualifiers just finished up, and boy oh boy, it was a good one. We had the privilege to watch 256 teams duke it out for just 2 spots in the upcoming Challengers League. Now the VCT circuit is a bit confusing, so I'm going to break it down here so everyone's on the same page, then show off some crazy gameplay we got to watch, and hopefully get you all excited for all the upcoming competitive Valorant. And if you yourself want to start on your path to pro, I highly suggest you work on hitting Immortal first. While yes, rank doesn't mean everything, it helps prove that you can hang with the best of the best, and we at SkillCapped can help you get there. All of our coaches have competed on some level and have the experience to guide you to exactly where you want to go in your esports career. Take our Ask a Pro channel in our Discord, for example. Here, subscribers ask us a wide variety of questions from a wide variety of ranks, and we give them an in-depth response based on our vast amounts of experience. We provide personal VOD reviews, a whole library of other VOD reviews of other people that you can watch yourself and apply to your own games, online courses covering fundamentals, and so much more. Listen, while you're not grinding, someone else out there is getting better. So stop wasting time and check us out at SkillCapped. We'll be waiting. So how does this big tournament circuit work? Well, the end goal is that North American teams are competing for spots in Riot's International League. So where would those 5 Jett mains start if they wanted even a sniff at joining this big league that Riot's creating? Well, back at the start of January, we had the open qualifiers where 256 teams competed for 4 spots in the next step of the circuit, which is Challengers League. After the open qualifiers was the last chance qualifier with another 256 teams, which just wrapped up. Then after that is the Challengers League, which has 2 splits where there's 2 groups who fight for points and then have a mid-season tournament.
3 hours later.
Okay, so I probably lost some of you there. And to be fair, how this season works is a bit confusing. So here's a simple way of explaining it. There's open qualifiers, which just passed, then Challengers League, which starts February 1st, then Ascension League. Boom, there you go. So with all that explaining out of the way, we're right here. Soon enough, Challengers League will be underway and we'll see some of the world's best go at it. This includes that team of 5 Jett mains that qualified, and they were a sight to see. Their name is Squirtle Squad. It's actually being changed right now due to some noise being made by Nintendo, so more to come on that. But this team never dropped a match the entire event, and they looked good doing it. The other team to qualify was Aura Esports. Both teams are full of big names from the ranked leaderboard and old professional teams as well, such as Complexity, Pittsburgh Knights, and others. There's so many big plays throughout this tournament, and it'd be a crime if I didn't share some of them with you. You take 5 confident, top of the ranked leaderboard Jetts, make them figure out how to work together, and you got magic happening. Despite being 5 ranked demons though, they're drilled, they have protocols, and they have setups. Watch this round.
Spike dropped.
Spike dropped. My ult is ready. Take flight.
You are powerless.
I am the hunter!
Spike down A. 30 seconds left. 1 enemy remaining.
So the most important part of this round is the setup that Squirtle Squad are in. At the start of the round, Cypher went down to B, threw his trapwire and cages down, and then went over to A. Viper laid down her toxic screen and poison orb on A, and then she went B. But why? Well, this is because the enemy team has Kale's ultimate online. Doing a setup like this makes it so that wherever the attackers end up executing, they're going to run into some form of Sentinel utility. This ultimately throws a big wrench in their opponent's plans and ends up winning them the round. You never see this coordination out of any Jett in ranked. But like I mentioned, you can't just have good team play in this game. You need players who can make plays individually as well. For example, just look at this crazy play Harmful made on the closing round of the qualifying match.
All of OR grouped up together, looking to push past this Nebula off of the Prowler. Flashpoints are out yet. There's no presence except for Harmful's operator. He misses the first shot. He's forced to back off. No, it did connect. Zeldris gets taken down through the wall. The Cosmic Divide in return. There's no space for Squirtle Squad on this site.
My camera is dead.
Oh my God, Harmful does it again, and he cuts his I want to say cuts his losses, but he cuts his dubs. He says, I'm done peeking with this thing. I'm going to swap over to the Vandal, and now it's a rifle you have to worry about in these back halls. Lear going to get that spike planted, but again, for what? As Weeded finds another. It's only 2 remaining. Nilly on the swing, and Pure could not stay alive long enough. This was the map that OR Esports needed to win. And Squirtle Squad, they do it again. They dig deep. They bat.
I mean, there's not a whole lot to break down here. He's literally just peeking them with an op and hitting some nice shots. But that was a nice Cypher cam tag though. A true Cypher main doesn't feel comfortable making this play in this close of a game in the grand final qualifying match. Here's another clutch from Okeanos in the very next game.
Sports, they're going to make sure they can secure this round using everything in their arsenal to do so. Make sure that there's no post-plant utility, but Okeanos is doing Okie things, and he's got himself the eBay clutch.
A 3-3 scoreline now.
If you notice, the enemy team is peeking him one at a time. When retaking, you need to make sure there isn't a lot of space between you and your teammates, otherwise a blunder like this can happen. But keep in mind that it's hard to punish a team for such poor spacing, but Okeanos has the mechanics to do so. And in this last clip, Adder has the perfect read on the enemy team.
This goes here. Oh, this is a nice spot. Yes, this should do. That goes there. Oh, this is a nice spot. Yes, this should do.
Get out of my way!
Cage triggered. Eagle eye.
One enemy remaining.
Fully out.
Spike down B. Flawless.
They will.
Now the important part of this clip is his setup. When would you ever place trips so high up? Well, Adder recognizes that the enemy Jett loves to updraft and dash into site. Knowing this, he pre-places his trapwire for Jett, banking that she's going to path this way onto site. He lays out some good cages to give himself enough cover, and he wins his team the round. So while yes, they are a bunch of ranked Jett players according to their analysts, they are really well-rounded players through and through. And OR Esports also had some insane team play as well. As a matter of fact, if you want to see some Valorant played at the highest level possible, you should be watching these tournaments. Like, take a look at this set breach ult play they have for B-side.
Harder to find for this OR Esports squad as Rolling Thunder comes through and knocks up just about everybody, but nobody is safe to push through the Nebula smoke, so they'll back away and play out towards long once more.
Governor's trying to find those repositions, trying to hide around the wall, and there it is behind the tower. Good for yet another. No trades available. Everyone else alive for OR. Force the B in the back lines of B. Fighting down the gigantic lane, looking for those headshots. Zeldris good for 3.
Give him some more. Give him some more. He's going for the peaks. There's just no time on the clock. Adder has to back away from it.
They start by scaling up B-site with their Fade Prowlers and Breach Flash, but the Killjoy lockdown is a special part. This Killjoy ultimate is great for taking B, except for the fact that it leaves a little gap back in hallways for people to abuse. OR Esports knows this, so they decide to dump a Breach fault line and raise his paint shells right on Cypher's head. This leads to a free plant, plus an easy post plant with Breach's ultimate. I mean, just listen to their comms after they qualified, and tell me that you can't root for these guys.
Wait!
Let's go!
Now I get it. Some of you might not recognize some of these names, especially you casual fans, but you should start because they're going to be around for a while. Back in the first open qualifiers, the 4 teams that qualified were Breakthrough, Oxygen Esports, Dark Ratio, and popular YouTuber, Disguised Toast, personally funded team, DSG. On these teams are people like a Proto. He played for LG and is arguably the best Sheriff and Cypher player in the world, and he's on Breakthrough. Or Steel, he's 100 Thieves old IGL that led that team past Prime Gambit Esports and Ascend. He now IGLs for DSG. Mitch and Pony from Oxygen Esports used to play on Cloud9 and T1. These are some damn good players, and they make damn good plays. Like, take a look at this clutch round that Steel had in his match against Oxygen Esports on Pearl.
Miles out of this fight. And Seal doing anything he can to delay. Spots one in the long angle, spots one in the smoke. Knows he's on the spike, knows he's got the clutch! Steel!
So the round starts off with a basic B take. Throw the Astro Wall down and scale up to plant for B long. Oxygen has a strong retake and leaves Steel in a 1 versus 3. But Steel was spotted earlier by Sage in A main, so they know that he's lurking. But since he's running up B main and taking a long time, Oxygen have no idea where this guy is coming from. He swings out, kills one, spams the diffuser, and then gets the last guy. And don't sleep on a Proto either. His pistols are clean. Keep in mind that he did this against a team of Wardell, CS legend Stewie, Brax, and other top level talent. And Dark Ratio is another strong roster that qualified for challengers. With the top tier IGL and Trick, Fortnite legend Zexro, previous 100 Thieves duelist and Will, or who could forget the old school Phoenix legend Drone, this team is stacked. But all in all, if you're not watching competitive Valorant, you should start. These players are out of this world, and by watching them, you'll definitely learn a lot. So hopefully I've hyped you guys up for the upcoming Challengers League. There's a lot of big names here, and each have something to prove this season. Each with different backgrounds, experiences, and personalities. This should make for one good Valorant season. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. It really does help us out. But if this video inspired you to start competing yourself, I highly recommend you check us out. We can help you hit that high rank before you put yourself out there to try out for teams. It's like preparing for an interview. Our job is to set you up for success. All of our content is produced by Radiant level players, and we have a wide selection of services to suit your needs. We got VOD reviews, coaching sessions, map and agent courses, Smurf commentaries, and so much more. So what are you waiting for? You got nothing to lose. Head on over to SkillCapped.com and get started on your way to that rank that you deserve. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm Teets, and we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.